8242. What defects will be detected by magnetizing a part using continuous longitudinal magnetization with a cable? A. Defects perpendicular to the long axis of the part. B. Defects parallel to the long axis of the part. C. Defects parallel to the concentric circles of magnetic force within the part. The correct answer is A. Magnetizing a part using continuous longitudinal magnetization with a cable is effective in detecting defects that are perpendicular to the long axis of the part. This is because the magnetic field generated by the cable magnetizes the part in a linear direction, making it easier to detect any discontinuities that are perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. 8243. Circular magnetization of a part can be used to detect which defects? A. Defects parallel to the long axis of the part. B. Defects perpendicular to the long axis of the part. C. Defects perpendicular to the concentric circles of magnetic force within the part. The correct answer is A. A part that has been magnetized in a circular pattern by a lengthwise magnetizing current will exhibit flaws that are parallel to the long axis of the part. 8244. 1. In nondestructive testing, a discontinuity may be defined as an interruption in the normal physical structure or configuration of a part. 2. A discontinuity may or may not affect the usefulness of a part. Regarding the above statements, A. Only 1 is true. B. Only 2 is true. C. Both 1 and 2 are true. The correct answer is C. Both 1 and 2 are true. A discontinuity in nondestructive testing is indeed defined as an interruption in the normal physical structure or configuration of a part. Additionally, it may or may not affect the usefulness of the part. 8245. What type of corrosion may attack the grain boundaries of aluminum alloys when the heat treatment process has been improperly accomplished? A. Concentration cell. B. Intergranular. C. Fretting. The correct answer is B. When the heat treatment process of aluminum alloys is improperly performed, it can lead to an excessive amount of intermetallic particles forming at the grain boundaries. These particles can lead to a loss of corrosion resistance, which makes the grain boundaries vulnerable to intergranular corrosion. 8246. Which of the following describe the effects of annealing steel and aluminum alloys? A. Decreasing internal stresses and softening of the metal. B. Softening of the metals and improved corrosion resistance. C. Improved corrosion resistance. The correct answer is A. Annealing is a process that involves heating the metal to a specific temperature and then cooling it slowly. This process helps to reduce internal stresses that may have built up in the metal and can result in the softening of the metal. Although annealing can improve the corrosion resistance of some metals, it is not a guaranteed effect of the process for all metals. So, the answer B, softening of the metals and improved corrosion resistance, is not entirely accurate.